create a e-store project admin, e-store admin to store or to create, update, delete, and select the product. That is your first task we are going to create. Within this week, I want to complete everything. Okay. What is your step one? Step one, create project. Create a e-store project in a Visual Studio application. That is my first part. Visual Studio application. To install Visual Studio, I will give you a path. Okay, just go to browser. Visual Studio. Download. You see there is a Visual Studio download menu. Say yes or no, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Anjali, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
sir.
Just go on here. You see there is a preview where you see the community edition. Okay, you download this one. I got my point. Don't use enterprise or professional, use community. When you use community, you can do everything. You don't need to have any barricades in terms of license or in terms of anything. Just download and install. While installing, you can tell whether it is a Windows installation or whether it is a web installation. I already downloaded. I already installed in my laptop. So you do that installation. Visual Studio 2022. You will get this one. Okay. Just go continue without code so that I will get a project Solutioner Explorer. Go to File, New, Project. Select ASP.NET MVC Core template, or here you say programming language is C#, so that only C# related programming language code will be available here. In this, you just go and say ASP.NET Core empty template. Will you be able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Just click next and say eStore. What is the project name? eStore admin. And then you have to map your location. I'm deleting this admin. Just select folder. Just click next. There you see here, what is the framework we are going to use? You see there is a framework. Say yes or no? .NET will run on framework, right? So I'm going to choose long-term support. I remove the configuration of HTTPS, enable container support. I will tell you what is the purpose of container, and select the operating system is Windows, Docker file. And then don't select anything, just create. After completing this entire CRUD operation, I'm going to deploy this application using Docker container. That is the reason I'm selecting Docker. Okay. Hi, Ishwar. Good morning.
Sir. Sir, good morning, sir.
So now, here you see there is a Docker container. Just go, say IAS Express, run the project. You got the hello world? Now, coming back to the application, I want to create a controller in this particular project. Okay, before going to create a controller, let me explain one chart. Assume you deployed eStore project in a web server. Listen carefully, this is most important. We are going to learn today. What is your project you are deployed in this server, web server containing eStore admin project, which you created right now. Am I right? Say yes or no? You created
Yes.
a project or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This project, this is your web server. In this web server, you created a project. Okay. This web eStore project admin has different layers to process. Different layers to process. The very first layer, whenever a request comes, what is the layer we are going to hit the first? We discussed. What is the layer? What is the layer we hit?
Middleware.
Middleware. Absolutely correct. You are going to, first the request will be received by middleware. Any request you are making from outside, you are making a request from outside. Any request you are making a request, I'm saying here request, right? Middleware will detect that request, process the request, send the response back to that. Okay. To connect the middleware, I'm going to have one more called as controller here. Listen carefully. This is most important. I'm going with very slow. I'm having a component called controller. Understand my point? I'm having a component called controller. I'm having a component called controller. Okay. Whenever the request comes to the middleware, middleware will filter the request, whether the request is valid or not. If the request is valid, it will give that particular request to the controller. Controller will process the request. Okay, controller will process the request, and then the response will be given back to the view. Listen carefully, the response will give to the view. And then this view again give the response back to the middleware. It will not directly giving the response to the here. It is giving response back to the view. That view will give the response back. Middleware will give response back to the user. Now you all understand what is MVM? MVC controller?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Or you got my point? Everybody clear?
Clear, sir.
Everybody. Say yes or no. I want
Yes, sir.
everybody should unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now let's build this architecture in this project. Okay. So what is middleware? Which file the middleware will be available? Middleware will be available in program.cs file. Always your middleware is available in program.cs file. Understand my point? Here you will have a controller class. Controller
Class.
Which class you are having? Controller class. And here you will have a razor view .cs HTML, which is called a razor view. Or you got my point? So you listen this particular server, the admin store. Whenever you make a request, the request will come to middleware. Middleware will connect with the controller. Then controller will give it to the view. View give it to the middleware. Again, it will generate the response. Let's build this. Practically, we can see this. You can able to build this. The first point is, first I need to create a controller. What is my step 2? Step 2 is create a controller class in the controllers folder. You got my point? Create a controller class in the controllers folder. Do you have a controller folder here? In your project, will you able to see a controller folder here?
As of now, no.
No.
So what I need to do?
You need to create one folder for
You need to
control.
create controller folder.
We need to create a
Controller folder.
GitHub, right click, add new folder, controllers. There, I'm going to create a controller name as product controller. So how to create a product controller? Just select the folder, right click, add controller, select MVC controller empty, click on add. Now you see there is a template, MVC controller empty template will be selected. Then here, instead of home, you say product. Product controller is created or not? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir. It's created.
A product controller is created with an action method. You got my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everybody speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, build this project. I simply say here, instead of action result string, I say display list of products. What I did, I'm returning a string of index action method. In that, you are going to get a list of products. Okay. Now, sir, what I need to do? I need to create instance of this controller class or not? Without
Yes, sir.
creating object of a class, can I able to access this method? First
No.
question.
Yes.
No, sir.
No.
We'll have
So
to
what I need
register
to
in
do?
register in the middleware along with the
Yes, absolutely correct. So what we need to do? We
uh,
need to register this product controller in your middleware. Where you are going to register? Before build method, I'm going to register. So what I'm going to do? Register a product controller, or I can say register all controller class in the builder method. You all understand my point? Builder method. So how do you register that?
We can use like add controllers.
add controllers.
Builder dot services dot add controllers. That's all. You are not going to do anything. The moment you add this, what will happen? It will get the list of controllers created in this folder. Understand my point? It will
Yes.
collect all the controller class automatically and then create an object by default. It will automatically create an object for you. You no need to create an object. After creating the object, you see there is an action method. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
To access this action method, I need to configure routes.
Right.
I need to provide an annotation like this. This is called route attribute. This is called what attribute? Route attribute. So what is your next step? What is your step 3?
Register the controllers in middleware.
Register the
Controller.
controller in the
Middleware.
middleware under builder dot service
Add.
method services. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Builder
Yes.
dot
Yes, sir.
service method. Before builder dot
Build.
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 dot build method.
Build.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
If I register here, what will happen? It will not detect because the builder is already built it and got the app instance. So always you need to use registering will be here.
Before the build.
Understand my point? Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
See, there are 12 people are there. You need to talk. Everybody has to unmute and talk.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Pipeline is mandatory.
Yes.
Come again?
Pipeline is mandatory, sir. Execution.
I don't understand. Come again?
Flow of runtime will.
I never come there. Just I'm registering.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, if I run, will it work or not? We'll see. I'll come there, don't worry. It is not working. Why? Why it is not working? You need to register a pipeline here. Understand my point? You need to
Yes.
register as a pipeline. Middleware chain pipeline. So what do you need to do? App.use routing. You see app.use routing method? Now you right click, go to definition. Anyone can read this? What it is saying? I want you to read. What it is saying?
It's an endpoint routing middleware.
Endpoint?
Routing middleware.
See, you had a routes, right? This is your route, right? It will collect all the route using routing method. And based on the request you are making of the URL, with that app.use endpoints, map endpoints. App.map controllers. Now you see it will work. It collect the URL and that URL will be mapped to this particular endpoint. Or you got my point? If you run it, you don't need to do anything. Only 3 steps is enough to configure an application, empty application. This is the same happening with the template also. You got the display list of products?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is this? How many steps we made to execute this? 4 steps.
4 steps.
Just 4 steps. The step 4 is register a middleware.
Yes.
Register a middleware in the pipeline. One is app.use routing middleware. App.map controllers. That's it. We're not doing anything. So how many steps we created a project? Very simple, basic project. How many steps we created?
4 points.
Oh,
Yes or no?
4 points.
4 projects. Am I right or wrong? Just 4 steps, we create a project. Now, sir, I don't want to pass a string here. I want to pass a view, HTML view to the stuff. So I'm going to do action result. Action result. The moment you use an action result, it is expecting a view. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Or you got my point? Now, you see the folder structure carefully here. See the folder structure carefully here. I'm right click, add, razor empty. add, again razor empty. See, the view name, your action name and view name is same or not? Your action name and view name is same? Is it
Yes,
same
sir.
or different?
Same name.
Ishwar,
Same.
you need to speak
Yes, sir. Same.
Same.
same, right? So simply you just go add. One second. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is your HTML. Okay. Now you see here. Here I'm simply saying H1 list of products. H1 list of products. Product controller H1 list of products. Okay. Now build the project solution. Hello.
Sir, it won't add controls with view. We have not registered.
It throws an error. Why?
Add controls with view. We have not registered into the build method.
First of all, let's do this. Microsoft.ASP.core.MVC.view feature has been registered. You got my point. Listen carefully. No service of type view feature iTemplate dictionary has been registered. It means that if you look into here, I just registered only controller, not view. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
You
Yes,
need to
sir.
understand the error. You need to understand the error. By seeing the error, what you are understanding? So think about it. What's your error?
No
Everybody.
service
No
View
service
features is not added.
type.
View is not been registered. That
registered.
is why it is creating an error. That is the reason this view is not rendering. You got my point? So in the program.cs file, you need to use add controller with the view. You see here? You're getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You select this. Now copy, run it. You don't need to do anything. While registering, you are registering with the view, a controller with the view. That's it. Only one extra step we added with the view. Did I made any
Yes.
other extra step? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did I made any extra step?
No, sir,
No.
just
No, sir.
updated.
Only one extra step. What is that extra step which I created?
Add controller with views.
Add
I
controllers
created a
with view.
view. I created a view here, and then I modified the register method with add controller with view. Two steps we made to work on this MVC. Am I right or wrong? The request is coming to the middleware going to the controller will call the view will return back to the middleware giving a response. Is the structure is defined in the code? Think carefully. Saurabh, Venugopal Reddy, Raghavendra. Guys, if you speak or silent, you need to speak. It is very easy to understand. Vivek,
So just added controllers with views only here.
what I did, I created a middleware in program.cs file. This is your middleware. This
Yes.
is your controller. This is your view. Now coming back to the here, you have a middleware, you have controller, you have view. You got the architecture?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
You understand the
Yes, sir.
architecture?
Yes.
Now I created a
Yes.
middleware. I created a controller. I make an action method. I created a view based on the controller. So how you are creating a view? View containing action method. Every action method has a view. Am I right or wrong? So now
Yes.
what you are going to do? What is your step 5? Come on. In controller containing action method, controller containing action method should return a
Response.
responses I action result. Should return a responses I action result, which in turn return a view, which in turns return a view class. Am I right or wrong? Say yes or no.
Yes.
It is returning a view or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And then step 6, make changes accordingly to the view, according to the requirement in view.cshtml. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes, sir.
in step 7, modify builder.service method. Modify builder.service method in the program.cs file as a middleware. Understand my point? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there any
Yes.
change happened? Say yes or no. Is there any change happened? You need to speak. Now, sir, I completed the view. I got the view. Now, sir, I want to get the data from the view. Let's take for any product, what are all the things you are looking for? First one is you will have a product ID.
Product
Yes or
name.
no?
Yes.
Product,
name,
Product cost.
product name,
description,
product
product description,
description,
product cost.
total cost, no, normal cost,
GST
fifth
total
point, GST, sixth point,
cost.
Total cost.
the point what?
Total
Total
price.
cost. Let us build this model. To create a model, what will happen in the diagram? I always have a model like this. Okay, this is your model. This is your model. Always model will be independent because this model data shared to controller, this model data will shared to view, this model data shared to middleware. Understand my point?
Yes.
Is it an independent or dependent model?
Independent.
Independent.
Model is independent.
Model is independent. So what I did, I created a model. Now, how to create model in a in your project? Step 8.
Second folder with model.
To create models folder.
Create a models folder. Under create a class name called. Class name is
Products.
products. Understand my point?
Yes.
So how to create a folder in your project? Can anyone explain?
Add
Only
folder.
click.
restore admin project.
Add
Add
new folder.
new folder.
Name it as a model.
Models. And then what do you need to do? Right click. Add
Add class.
new item. Class.
Name it as a products.
Products. Or you got my point?
Yes.
And then here, public int product ID. Get set name public. This is how you have to create a variable. Public string product description get set public int cost get set public int GST get set public int total cost. So did I created all the variables?
Yes.
Did I created all the variables or not?
Created
Yes.
someone.
Say yes or no?
Yes,
I
sir.
created all the variables. Now you
Yes,
see
sir.
here there is a issue. What is this issue?
Non-nullable property product.
Non-nullable product. If you build it, you see there is a warning. You see there are two warnings.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Always when you build it, you need to see in this output window, you should not get warning. If there is a warning means it is saying it should be a non-nullable property. So what do you need to do? You make it as a nullable
Question mark.
property.
Question mark.
To make the variable as nullable. You can have value, you may not have value. Now build it, you won't see that. Did I get any error?
No.
Any
No.
warning?
No.
No, sir.
No. Now model is prepared.
Model is prepared.
Yes, sir.
Now go back. Prepare property in the prepare properties with respect to product model. Understand my point? See, always
Yes.
you need to have a prefix of model in any class. It's a best practice. So you just go rename product model so that it will be easy for you to understand. People won't say no, don't do it, but it's a best practice to have like this. Or you got my point? So by seeing the class, you can understand it is a model class. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And then now go to your product controller. I want to get the list of products here. So what I'm going to do, right now I'm creating a product, private list of product model. The moment you click on product model, you see there is a namespace included,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
and then list products as a method. It's a private method. Now in this method, list of, I can say list of products model products equal to null. And then I can say return products. You got my point? I'm making it as null and then list of product. Now what I want to do here, whenever you make product is null, and this variable will access only within this private method. You got my point? So always a best practice, you need to use underscore. Understand my point?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
To declare any local variable, you need to use underscore, copy, paste. Now build the project. No error.
Warning sir.
Okay. Here, underscore product equal to new list of product. This is how you have to add. Or you can say simply new of list of products. It's a best option. And then here, underscore products dot add new of product model and say here product ID equal to 1, product name equal to what? What is your product name?
Something.
Vivo. Product description. Come on, you need to say. The ideal is nothing more makes sense. Vivo description. Comma. Cost is cost equal to 15,000. Comma. GST 18.
18 means
Comma.
Total cost.
you need to give cost. Correct?
Total cost. I'll come. Total cost equal to 15 into 18 means what is that?
Something else.
17,700. You got the model?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now take another product. This product I'm saying Samsung. This is also I'm going to say Samsung. I'm saying 22,000. Now what is your calculation? 22 into 18 divide 100 plus 22,000, which is 25,960. Okay. Now you will have one more product. Let us have 3 products. What is the another product? Samsung is there, Vivo is there. What is the another product? What type of mobile we have?
Nokia.
Nokia. Say 30K. Say 30K. What is your GST? 30,000 into 18 divide 100 plus 30,000, which is 35,400. So how many products I built it? 35,400.
Three products.
How many products I built it?
3.
3 years of now.
Total products is 3.
3.
Now,
Change
Product
product
ID
ID.
we need to change that.
come again?
Product
Need to
ID.
change it, is not
Product
changing.
ID.
ID.
Product ID we need to change. 2. Good. 3. Okay. Now go back here. I'm going to call this list of product in my controller. Here I'm going to pass list of product. I say what? List of
Product
product model underscore products model equal to list products, list of product method, right? This method will give a list of product. This product I'm going to pass here as a view. Build it, put a breakpoint, run it. Today I'm just going to bind the data, that's it. Tomorrow we are going to deeply discuss remaining concepts. Now you see F11, I create an instance, I create another product, I create another product. So how many products we have in the memory? How many products are there?
3 products.
You see, I have 3 products.
Yes.
Product 1, product 2, product 3. Now I want to bind this product in my view. What I need to do? I need to bind this product in the view. You receive the data, but I'm unable to bind it. So I'm going to bind the data. So how to bind the data? Here in the view, the top, I have to use, it is a razor view engine. It is a razor view engine. So now come back and then prepare property to the model. And then what is the step 10?
Add some product into the model.
Create a data to the product model. Am I right or wrong? Create a data to the product model as a list with the help of which method? Private method in which class? Class I need to create a private method. Controller class. Okay, what is the step 11? Pass the model data to the view as a strongly typed view. View as a strongly typed view. I'm going to make my view as a strongly typed view. How to make that strongly typed view? 12 in view.cshtml, we need to import model namespace. Am I right or wrong? So how to import the model namespace? Add using eStore admin dot. You see there is a models.
Yes.
Done my point? And then add model. What is your class name? List of product model. Understand my point?
Yes.
The moment you pass this model variable will hold that value. Now see here. It is not happening. Okay, fine, leave it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a table. I'm going to use a TR. I'm going to use a TD. Here I'm going to say product ID. Listen carefully. Here I'm going to use T header.
Okay.
I will apply CSS style for tomorrow.
So we have to use some loop now.
Come again.
We have to write the loop condition in.
I'll tell you. I'm coming. First, I need to prepare your header, right?
Okay.
And then in the loop will happen in the body.
Yes.
Not here. Description. Cost. GST in tax. Always a best practice to build like this. Here, total cost, INCL tax, inclusive of tax. Okay. Now you build the TR. Now go back. In the T head, you will have T body. Understand my point? And
Yes, sir.
then
Yes.
you have to use for product model. What model? Product model in model. Understand my point? This is how you have to build.
So for
Right,
each, for each.
Okay, for each product model in model, and then you set TR.
Here.
Here you need to make TD. Say product model dot product ID. Copy this one. Paste, 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 paste. Now you see here product name.
So the description.
Product description. You don't need to do anything. It automatically comes. Just backspace, control tab. You got the cost. Dot GST. Then dot total cost. Just build the project. Now go here, remove this. Go to top, remove this, run it. It should work. Got the data?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Where you are coming from this data?
From model.
Model.
Come again?
From model, we have a data.
Model.
Controller to
Model is holding the data. Model, we are not having the data.
Controller having the data.
Controller is preparing the data. You are preparing data in the controller. For that, model is holding the data. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No data will be prepared by model. Model can hold the data. What the model is doing here, if you look into the diagram, when you make a call to middleware, controller is preparing the data of product.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That data will be given to whom? Model.
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 And then controller calling a view. Who is giving the data to the view? Model or controller?
Controller.
Come on.
Sorry, model.
Model, sir.
Who is
Model.
giving data to the view?
Model giving the data.
Model
Controller
is
will-
giving data to the view, not controller.
Model
See,
we have only
Controller preparing
let
the
me, let
data.
me,
object
wait.
default values.
See, controller is preparing data, assigning value to the model. First point,
Model.
Okay.
right? And
Yes,
then
sir.
controller saying, I completed my task, view, you take care of your task.
Mhm.
That is the statement here. From where this data is coming from? Model.
Product model.
Model.
Am I right? The view,
Yes,
what
sir.
is happening? It is taking data from the model here,
Yes, exactly.
not from the controller.
Yes.
Or you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
that data you are going to bind here. That is the concept called MVC. This is the concept called MVC. Now you understand what is MVC architecture?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions?
sir, I have actually.
Yeah, please, Sanjan.
Sir, in controller, you have just written route and in bracket controller for class 5. So I'm not remembering what is the exact. Yeah,
This one?
this one and in bracket. So what is the use of route? I understand, but that slash, why we written?
Route is called that. This is called URL path. We discussed
Okay.
last case, right? Do you remember?
I'm not remembering just that's the reason.
Default path. Right?
This I will explain. This is called default route. I will explain tomorrow in detail.
Okay.
I will explain one more time. Don't worry.
Okay.
When starts session, you tell me. I will explain. Remember
Sure.
me. Anybody have any questions? Jaydeep, Ravi, Venugopal, Raghavendra,
Oh, sir.
Vivek, Narendra, Saurabh,
I'm good, sir.
No, sir. Okay.
Ishwar.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll meet. Gopishri.
Thank you, sir.
Gopishri, you understand?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, actually, I will today join. I'm new student, so
Okay.
I don't know clarity, but this
The
current.
flow you understand, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll discuss that. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Yeah. Bye. Thank you, sir.